What up to my peoples, and welcome to Retro Crunch. So this is going to be our Halloween video. I remember growing up, especially in the late 70s and 80s, my first ever Halloween costume, it was Darth Vader. Now it's not scary, but it's the one that I most prominently remember, and I remember that sort of like thin plastic costume that I remember ripping like when I was out on the playground. And I had that mask, that Darth Vader mask, that iconic mask that you could hardly even breathe through, and it kind of scraped your face while you were wearing it, if you remember that as a kid. But and those things broke pretty quick. But it was really fun to reminisce and think about some of those costumes that I remember when I was a kid. Now, I never did wear any real scary costumes. I don't know if it was because I was so scared as a child, but I do remember staying up late and watching some really awesome scary movies. I remember the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I loved Boris Karloff, and I loved the different Frankenstein and just the vampire movies, especially with Dracula. Those were really, really great. And anything that was weird. There were some really funny, weird ones that I enjoyed, you know, probably just as much as the really old classics. But today we're actually going to be doing a sort of an unboxing. I was sent some gifts from the Noble collection. They have their Noble toys that are some bendy figs, and I have a few of those that we're going to take a look at. I have the Bride of Frankenstein. We're going to take a look at this one today, and the Noble collection, well, the Noble toys collection. We also have Creature from the Black Lagoon. So we're going to take a look at those. Also, Super Impulse, which I've done some videos on in the past. They have a bunch of really miniature and micro toys that are really cool. They sent me what I thought was pretty darn neat. These are action micro figures, and these are from there's four of them in the collection, and this one is Nosferatu. And we also have Frankenstein, which I think this will be pretty fun to take a look at. So we're going to take a look at Nosferatu, Frankenstein, and the Bride of Frankenstein, and also the Creature from the Black Lagoon coming up. Alright, so the first thing that I want to show you guys, this is actually from the Noble collection. These are the Noble Toys line of the Noble collection. And this is the Universal Monsters. This is the Creature from the Black Lagoon. As you can see here, if you can tell here, I can actually take them off. This is what the stand looks like. And it says Creature from the Black Lagoon. Up at the top it has Universal Monsters. And we can sit here. He has two little holes at the bottom that you can use to fit him in here. And let's see if I can get him to go in there. Yeah, he stands there pretty well. I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. So the movie actually came out in 1954, had Richard Carlson and Julie Adams in it. Great movie. If you've ever wanted to watch a really old horror movie, this is a great one to watch. I love the detail that they put actually into the creature. The face, oh my goodness, you can see here. Let me get a little bit closer so you can take a look at it. But I just think the detail on the face and the skin, the color, just everything about it, the fins, I just love this character. He does bend, and this is a bendy fig, so he's supposed to be able to bend around. This is an amazing figure. I really enjoy this one. Turn it around to the back so you can get a look at the back. One thing that I thought was a little bit interesting was there's a few triple holes on him. I'm not sure if that's to allow air in or what that is actually for. Maybe some of you guys in the comments might be able to explain that to me. But I love the gills up here at the top, and just the detail on the hands. I just thought that was amazing. This thing has a lot of detail to it, and I really like this figure. And the guys over at the Noble collection, I think they really did a really great job with that one. And the other one that we got was the Bride of Frankenstein. This is another figure that I thought was amazing. The detail on the hands and the fingernails and the face. I mean, she definitely looks scary, right? That is a scary looking figure. The Bride of Frankenstein. This is another character from the Universal Monsters that I really loved. So she's actually from 1935. That's whenever the Bride of Frankenstein actually came out. This was actually the sequel to Frankenstein that had Boris Karloff in it, and Boris Karloff was actually also in this one as well. What a great movie! Probably considered one of the best sequel movies of all time, and I have to agree, it was a pretty phenomenal movie. If you look at it, let's see if you can get a closer look at her face, but the detail on that is amazing. The fabric that they used, I really like the fabric. You could see over here on the sides how she's wrapped up kind of like a mummy. You can see her fingers. There's if you can get a look at that, how closely the detail is on that. The back of her, it does have some stitching going down the back. I think that's stitching. Actually, no, I think that's Velcro. So you can take it off her and put her in some other clothes if you want. But that is the Bride of Frankenstein. And then, of course, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Hope you guys like that. I do have one more thing that I want to show you guys real quick. So I also want to show you guys these action micro figures that were sent to me by Super Impulse. They sent these to me for free just to take a look at, which I thought was really cool. And the fact that it came about the same time as that Noble Collection Noble Toys, those bendy figures, that was kind of cool. So I have Frankenstein here, and we have Nosferatu. Frankenstein is probably one of my favorites of all time. The movie came out in 1931, had Boris Karloff in it. This was a phenomenal movie by any horror movie lover's standards. We'll go ahead and take a look at that one real quick. There's what the back of it looks like. But let me see if I can get him out of here. I've already pulled him out once to just take a look at him because I was so excited to see him. But this is what he looks like. He is so tiny. This thing is so tiny. And he's on a little stand. He has a clear stand. And he has these manacles or little, I don't know, little chain thing that goes on his hands. And I think that's really, really neat. That is the first figure. The other one, let me move him out of the way. We have Nosferatu. And Nosferatu is another one that I really, really like. And I like the history behind this character. What I most like about it is this is something that if you liked Bram Stoker's Dracula, then Nosferatu is probably something that you would really, really like. This came out, or the movie came out in 1922, and it came out in the U.S. in 1929. It was a silent movie. There was this was a unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Nosferatu was. And this one glows in the dark. I think that's really awesome. I don't think I mentioned that about Frankenstein, but both of them glow in the dark, which for me that was a really cool thing. But anyway, so Nosferatu, the guys who created it, they actually got sued by Stoker's family. And for me, I thought that it was just crazy that something that was as iconic as this would have been sued. But hey, that's exactly what happened. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed taking a look at this. Both of these characters are amazing. Super Impulse, I think that they did a great job with this figure. And we can't forget about the creature from the Black Lagoon and also the Bride of Frankenstein. These are all the figures that were sent to me. I'm really glad that I got to take a look at the ones from the Noble Collection Noble Toys. These are the bendy figures. And also, of course, the action micro figures from Super Impulse. We got Nosferatu and Frankenstein. I really enjoyed getting to show it to you. I want to thank the Noble Collection and also Super Impulse for sending me these really cool monster toys. And with that, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. I will catch you guys on the flip side. And remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.